have said that it isn't terror related, and they've gone out of their way to highlight repeatedly, to the communist's delight, that he is British, and that this attack, therefore, isn't ideologically driven. He's British, therefore it's not terrorism, therefore it's not ideologically driven. My question is this, how do they know that it isn't terrorism or ideologically driven until they've interrogated him? That process could take weeks. I think they're lying. Every few decades, a psychopath, a paranoid schizophrenic, an incredibly disturbed individual performs unspeakable acts of wickedness. That is when, as a society, we say that there was nothing more that we could do. It is what it is. Evil exists. And from Jack the Ripper to Harold Shipman to Ian Huntley to Ian Brady and Moira Hindley, evil exists. Lives are destroyed and punishment gets issued. But the crimes we are witnessing are consistent with and have all the hallmarks of terrorism. But a new type of terrorism. Unhinged, inexplicable, random, lethal, and hell-bent on instilling fear and terror into the hearts and minds of citizens is what now awaits us. Only liars and deceivers would suggest that this isn't terror-related. And where it is terror-related, it is ideological related. When it is terrorism-related, it is ideologically inspired. My question, patriots, still remains. What is the ideology driving this terror? I ask you, patriots, what ideology exists which informs us that those lunatics delight in British blood being spilt? Random, unprovoked, and utterly ruthless. I ask you, which ideologies exist which espouse these commands? Why did the man who was burning a Quran in London, why was he met with an attacker wielding a knife, slashing and slaying at him? I will let you and the great British public decide what the ideology is that's driving terrorism, indeed terror, into the hearts and minds of British citizens. I break it down into three categories. Number one, we're going to have to start having the really uncomfortable conversation that having a British passport doesn't make you British. We're going to start having to have the really uncomfortable conversation that homegrown terror is a thing. Then you've got the second column, which is migrants who have murderous intent on our Christian brothers and sisters, be they legal or illegal. And the third are illegal immigrants. Our campaign is against illegal immigrants. It's cultural suicide. Everyone, apart from these psychopaths, stands with us. But it's so much more devastating, patriots. These are the realities you're going to have to wake up to. It's not just illegal immigration. It's migrants who are here legally, who have murderous intent and who want to rape, and who should never have been here in the first place. And then there are those people that are here, possibly now 2 generations, but who don't want to be here, who don't care about our way of life, our values. So we don't just talk about mass deportations, we also talk about remigration. These are very, very uncomfortable conversations. 5 years ago, they would have been utterly unpalatable. Remigration, what, of British citizens? Yeah, just because they've got a little book with a stamp in it and says a date and their name doesn't mean that they are British or that they should be here. This is the battle that we are in, patriots. This is the fight that we are in. And these people stood over here. They call us Nazis. They call us racists. They call us fascists for calling out statistics and facts. Well, I say statistics aren't racist and facts do not lie, patriots. It is as simple as that. I am absolutely sick of 2-tier policing. I am sick of 2-tier justice. I am sick of being put second in my own country. I am sick of being called a Nazi for loving my own country. I'm sick of the persecution and defunding of Christianity. I'm sick of the Islamic and communist lies and deceit and victimhood. I'm sick of the Islamists intimidating, dominating, assaulting, raping and murdering their way through Britain. I'm sick of the unholy alliance calling us racist whenever we try to defend ourselves, and I'm sick of state-sponsored immigrant terrorism. I'm sick of immigrant race baiting, and I'm sick of having our kindness and our tolerance being spat back in our face by ungrateful immigrants who are only here as an act of kindness, and communists and Islamists who want us dead. Patriots, I will close the borders. I will repeal the nonsense laws we have in place to ensure our nation's destruction and replacement. I will end foreign aid. I will end benefits for those on visas, those who abuse the system. I will end our money being spent on interpreters for those who cannot speak English. I will ban Muslims from sending their kids to Christian state schools. I will ban halal slaughter. I will ban the burqa. I will deport the invaders in our hotels. I will hunt down and deport the invaders living in Britain. I will deport the foreign nationals in our jails. I will deport the foreign sex offenders and criminals. I will deport the migrants claiming benefits. I will deport the Islamists on MI5's terror watch list and declare war on the suspected 400,000 Islamists living within the Islamic population. And I will declare war on the Islamic extremists here to spread the Islamic Caliphate. I will declare war on far-left extremism. I will declare war on the communists. I will carry out the deportations of the communists to North Korea. I will have them remigrated to somewhere other than Western civilization. I will reinstate Christianity back into the heart of government. I will offer the British people a referendum on the death penalty for the monsters who rape and murder. I will, patriots, on everything that's holy. I will make the traitors in government pay for what they have done to us, and I will deliver justice to Britain and to the British people.
Well done, Nick. Yes.
We are outside a church, patriots, so please, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Steve, you're a legend. Thanks for organising. It's simple. I'm recruiting 650 community leaders to step up to win their seat in a general election, to return a majority, to put me in as your leader so that we can take the country back. If you're not stepping up, patriots, ask yourself the question, who is? If you're not, who is? Steve, over to you. God bless you. Thank you so much, Lincoln. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick. A big hand for Nick there, please. Thank you all for turning up. Now we're going to go on to our next speaker, Morgan. Yeah, you. Hello, Morgan. There you go. Everyone knows Morgan, surely. She's a star.
We must uphold our dignity, secure our future and protect our children. We call for peaceful opposition to immigration policies that, according to the Freedom of Information request submitted to the Ministry of Justice, show that foreign nationals account for 26% of sexual-related offences. We must acknowledge the slaughter of our men and boys on our street due to an immigration crisis our government is unwilling to address. We urge peaceful resistance to digital ID systems, which we view as excessive government overreach, potentially threatening employment and personal freedoms for non-compliance. The argument that digital ID is necessary to manage illegal immigration is flawed. Sorry. The argument that digital ID is necessary to manage illegal immigration is flawed, as stronger border controls could address the root issue. We oppose the use of our historic military bases to accommodate individuals who have entered the country unlawfully, as illegal immigration is a criminal offence, and we question why it isn't addressed. Whilst their presence is prioritised, our veterans starve on the very streets they fought for. This is Britain, a nation we dedicate to defending. We have shown tolerance, but our country faces disarray, with underpaid and overworked public service workers, overburdened public services, and population struggling with high taxes and division. We face financial strain. We face financial strain, a challenge NHS, rising crime, and concerns about indoctrination of our youth. If we do not speak out now, our country will fall. Let us advocate for change to protect our country's future. God bless Lincoln City, and God bless the United Kingdom.
Right on, Morgan. Thank you very much, Morgan. Right, that takes you to our next speaker, Mr. Alan Merritt. Big hand for Alan here. He's a good egg.
Thank you, guys. I'm a child abuse survivor campaigner. Been campaigning for many, many years. I've been all over the country. I'm as bad as Brexit Brian for filming and speaking all over the country. It's a privilege for me to stand here today and for Steve to allow me to speak. Lincoln is a very, very historic city. It's staved in history. There's a copy in the castle of the Magna Carta and the Charter of the Forest before the Magna Carta of 2015. Lincoln is so staved in history, it goes back to the Bill of Rights of 1689. So what I basically wanted to say, thank you, Lincoln, thank you for the people of Lincoln. And I will always be grateful for those who truly care. And on Wednesday, I stood outside the gates of Parliament, and for a moment the street went silent. Not a sound, just the people listening to the little boy still locked inside me, telling the story of my family and my own abuse. For years, no one listened. So today I say thank you to those who gave me a voice, for letting me speak outside what I call the paedophile palace of Westminster. I also call it Westmonster. All the politicians in Westminster know exactly what's gone on in this country. They've been a part of it for many, many years. As a cab driver, after my first 25 years of London being my Beirut, I cabbed in London. I knew about Dolphin Square. I knew about the Elms Guest House and the politicians that took children out of the care system to abuse. As a child, I looked out of a window from the dormitory up the avenue of a children's home called Beach Home, one of the largest children's homes in this country. And I saw the Sunshine coaches coming into Beach Home. Yes, the ones sponsored by Jimmy Savile, who also went to Beach Home. And it was like a sweet shop to a paedophile. Politicians, they're murderers of the truth, abusers of power, rapists of the truth. They talk about justice, but when it comes to survivors, they give us delay, denial and deception. Tony Blair sealed our truth behind his 100-year rule, a century of silence, a law to protect the guilty. Survivors don't get justice, we get buried in history. And now we talk about the grooming inquiry, another lie, another performance, because from its title alone it was bound to fail. Grooming gang, soft words for a hard crime. Let's call it for what it is, rape. Let's call it for the violent exploitation of powerless. Every political party is complicit. Every institution that locked away is guilty. They've known all along. They all protect their own. The control, the narrative, the control of the establishment, and as long as they will write the rules, justice will never be served, then they promise. but we will still be here. We survive, we speak, and we remember. They can steal silence of papers, they can steal files, they can rewrite reports, but they can't kill the truth. Because truth lives in us, in every survivor who stands still and speaks, still fights. And one day soon, it will roar louder and then all their lies. Thank you, stay strong, stay loud, and never let them silence you. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Alan. Big round of applause for Alan. Well done. Okay, up next we've got Brexit Brian. You must all know Brian.
Okay, what I need is somebody to hold.
Sorry, was that all right?
We've got volunteers to help.
Sorry to pass it to you.
There we go.
Was that all right?
Yes,
Did you want to mic up Brian now?
Really good.
With your mic or?
Somebody's mic there. Steve's in it.
Alan,
Sorry.
rapid
Sorry.
extraordinary.
You got it?
Hello, everybody. This is an impromptu speech.
There's your clip.
You know, I'm inspired by everybody
Sorry.
else, so I thought I'd come up and say a few words. You know, the other day I was up outside Parliament with the Get Starmer Out Patriots. We went up there, a load of football lads and pink ladies and everybody, and we went up there to show our disapproval to Starmer. And there was a young lady that got up there and spoke from the Portsmouth Patriots. I've forgotten her name, but she knows who I mean. So when we play this video back, she'll know exactly who I'm referring to. This young lady said that ultimately, this is a spiritual battle. Ultimately, it is about our Christianity versus a demonic cult that is being imposed upon us in this nation. Now, what she said that struck me was that as Christians we obey God's law. As Christians, when you have an evil government, it's your duty to follow God. The implications being that when you have a corrupt government like Starmer, who is bringing Muslims in, who is bringing people in, that is culturally changing us in a way that is damaging to Christianity and damaging to the people of this country. It's our duty. It's our duty to stand up against that.
Yes.
Now, I want to encourage you, brothers and sisters. The fight is on. The fight is on, and we are going to win this. We are going to win. The lefties are liars. The lefties are perverts. The lefties support everything that goes against Christian values and Christian truth. I don't believe anything they say. I don't believe the BBC. I don't believe Sky News. They're all in it together. They are corrupt as corrupt can be. I'm off to Sheffield tomorrow to support UKIP. We're gonna do this. Brexit Brian loves you. Thank you. If you do follow me online, much appreciated. We've got a lot more to come, and we're gonna win.
Well done, Brian. Brian.
Well said, Brian.
Well done, Brian.
Okay,
Thank you very much, mate.
Well done, Brian.
That's me done, so I'm going to go now.
Taylor. Big round of applause for Taylor here.
Good evening, everybody. I am your local resident turf, as you can probably tell. If there's anyone local to Lincoln, you may have heard 2 years ago about 250 trans rights activists, or trannies as I like to call them, gathered outside Primark, just a few yards away from where we're standing now, and piled onto 2 women. Well, I was one of those women, and I organised that, and it was quite an adventure, I can tell you that. But the reason why I got into this, the reason why I woke up to all the woke bullshit, is because my eldest daughter, who's now just coming up for 17, she was on TikTok back around the time of lockdown, just before lockdown, and she was pulled into the cult of transgenderism. And she decided that she was not a girl, she was in fact a boy. And so it started a 3-year nightmare for myself, my family, and for her as well. I can thankfully say that 5 years later, she has desisted. She desisted at the age of 14 a couple of years ago. She's still in one piece, although the cult grabbed her in very, very hard and she did a lot of self-harming. She attempted suicide a couple of times. It was really, really hard. And at one point I thought I was going to give up. But now I fight for every other child, every other little boy, little girl. For God's sake, if you have teenagers, get them off social media, especially TikTok, for Christ's sake. But this awful cult of transgenderism is capturing our kids like you wouldn't believe. It is all around us. Just 4 doors up on my street, I have a girl in her early 20s who's just had a double mastectomy that her own mother paid for. So this is happening, and it's still happening now, and it's disgraceful. And we are going to have a generation of kids that are coming through that are going to be sterilised, they're going to be mutilated, and they're going to need us. They are going to need us. And we also have a generation of perverts, autogynephilic men, who get off on this sexual fetish and are entering women's spaces and are invading our sports, our prisons, our refuges, our toilets, our changing rooms. Your wives, your sisters, your daughters, your aunts, your nieces, none of us are safe at the moment, even though the Supreme Court have ruled that it is illegal for a man to go into a woman's space, but it's still happening today. And so I just wanted to raise that awareness. Please keep that in your thoughts. And no one can change sex. That's all I have to say. There are only 2 sexes, and you can't change your sex. Yeah. No woman has a penis. Yeah. No man has a vagina. Yeah. Non-binary is nonsense. Yeah. And transitioning children is profound abuse. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Big hand for Taylor there. Well done, girl.
Well done, Taylor. Good to speak.
Now we've got Chris.
Go on, Chris.
He's our YouTube man.
Hello everyone. I'll introduce myself. I've got my own YouTube channel. I'm Chris and Connor.
Good plug.
The reason I'm here today is because I want to see change for these people coming into our country on these boats. We do not want it. Nobody wants these people here. When they're here, you know, they're overloading the NHS. They're overloading the dentists. Who can get a bloody doctor's appointment? Even a dentist appointment. In Norfolk, you can't get a dentist appointment. Not an NHS one, you have to pay private. A lot of people are having to go to Turkey because of this. Also, with the 2-tier policing, I don't agree with it. I see a documentary last night, it's a paranormal one. And the stuff that I see on there, Charing Cross, absolutely disgusting. Everyone, I know it's a short speech, but thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Chris. Right, we are going to start closing this down, but Morgan wants to say a few words. Then we will be, obviously, because we're here outside the Cenotaph, and it is Remembrance Weekend. So we will be honouring a minute's silence for our fallen soldiers. Morgan? Yes. No pressure. Morgan again, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I'm not really here to give a speech as such, but what I want to do is just take a moment's silence for a few individuals who have been mercilessly killed over the past few weeks and months. So firstly, I want to acknowledge Wayne Broadhurst, murdered, walking his dog. want to acknowledge Stephanie Irons, a Nottingham Trent University student who was murdered a few weeks ago in her own home. And I would like to acknowledge Lily Whitehouse, a 19-year-old girl who's just been stabbed to death. So if we could take a moment's silence, that would be ideal. Thank you.
Right, guys, thank you very much for turning up today. Very much appreciate it. Thank you very much to Nick. What a guy. He will be back. I know he will. And our beautiful Taylor here is going to finish off with a song for us. Just a couple of lines then. All right, so once again, thank you very much everyone for coming along tonight. I'm Steve. I run Unite the Right UK on Facebook, Twitter, all your social media. So please, if you're not already following us or joining us, you'll find us on Facebook. Thank you very much. We'll end with this song. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
I did just a few lines a few weeks ago, and because we are a Christian country, Nick did the Lord's Prayer for us earlier, so I won't do the Lord's Prayer. I did that a few weeks ago, but we did end on Amazing Grace. I'm just going to do the first verse if you want to join in. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you again, everyone, for coming. It's been a pleasure. It's a shame them lot over there didn't realise that we was having a minute's silence, but then again, what do you expect from them lot? Again, thank you.
There you are, guys. That's it from Lincoln. I'm just going to have a quick word with Nick and see what Nick's saying to people over here. Let's just turn the camera around. It's a bit bright on me.
How does UKIP differ to Reform?
How come you don't think you're as popular?
So I don't think we're not as popular. In Britain, one of the things that I'm waking the mainstream general population up to is what journalists and politicians are already aware of. It's a very good question. It's a naughty one, but I'm glad you asked it. There's two categories when it comes to winning politics and popularity. There's two categories. There's your donations and your support and your endorsements, and the key word there is support. There's your campaigners, there's your momentum and your thrust, and then there's your polls. Now, when you're polling, the media and the academics and the pseudo-intellectuals, they jump all over that because they make a career out of it. It's an industry like every other industry where people get paid, the journalists get paid. Without that industry of polling, well, what are you going to do? Polling's got nothing to do with support. I'll go back to that first category. I don't care about previous decades in Britain, previous governments. This is a completely new, unique and different time. The support, the campaigning, the admiration, the inspiration for UKIP I'd argue is the biggest across street level. Online, you ask people when you go door knocking about certain parties, they'll say who, what, but on X, that's literally it. Just that's the little bubble of that particular individual or that party. I'd say there's two camps. There's the endorsement support camp, funding, that type of thing, donations, likability, notoriety, and then the second one is polling. So everyone's talking about for some months now, arguably, that Reform are polling the way they are, correct? Well, Nigel's had 40 years. He's had millions in funding, endless media sensationalism, and he managed to get himself and 3 other people elected last year. If they're not polling it, did you say it was 39%? If they're not polling at 39%, then he really needs to hang his hat up and go and retire and move to France or whatever people like him do. So good for him. We're all on the same fight, right? We're all on the same side. You mentioned about what's different. Listen, Reform's not a serious party. It's not a real party. Nigel's not a real a serious